Hi. Trump is finally enthroned. Megalomaniac, blustering, racist, multi-billionaire misogynist. Looks like he's going to rule by decree as well. Trump is a gruesome example of the right-wing, virtually independent populist who's gained power at the ballot box. Here in Europe, there are plenty more of these creatures who must be fancying their chances right now. Despite being a household name in the US, Trump was considered a no-hope outsider, the bad taste contender. He not only beat Clinton and the Democrats, but his own Republican Party, the liberal establishment, and all so-called informed opinion. This crude but effective demagogue managed to appeal to enough alienated working class voters who, along with others, believed themselves cast aside by the liberal establishment. Without a viable alternative, they delivered him victory. There are a couple of questions I'd like to pose about Trump. One, will he proceed to implement his electoral promises or threats? I think the answer is a resounding yes. Is this entirely negative? Maybe, but it certainly is a drastic change on the scale of a huge explosion that shifts the logjam. And we should recognize this as a Pandora Box experience. After all, when America sneezes, it'll be more than a bumpy ride, more of a helter-skelter. Secondly, will Trump even finish his term in office? Lawsuits, subpoenas, aplenty pending from his shady business activities to multiple sexual assaults. But for a power freak who will rule by diktat, it won't rein him in. He'll plough on regardless. Most of the establishment will end up grovelling before him, and that is the nature of power politics itself. Being America, Trump could be assassinated or overthrown by an establishment coup. The latter possibility would split America, with some of his rabid, deluded supporters coming into armed conflict with the state. Remember, in America, nearly everyone has guns. Whatever happens, America is now on course to fracture. And, overall, is that really such a bad scenario? Meanwhile, Trump will dominate the headlines, even in the wildest realms of political fiction. Could anyone have imagined Trump as president? And yet here he is. Perversely, it demonstrates that anything is possible, that the left and the liberal establishment have no imagination or vision apart from propping up the prevailing system, which needs to be uprooted and destroyed. Ironically, Trump may inadvertently hasten this process. He'll certainly be getting more people out on the streets, angry and ready for direct action. That's for sure. Here in the UK, our own establishment are smug and condescending about Trump, considering him a vulgarian buffoon. But we have, without even recognising it or admitting to it, our own one-party electoral state, a mere smattering of democracy, semi-feudalism allied to the interests of the international billionaire class. The Tory party part of the establishment, and soon beyond, are about to beat a path to Trump's glittering portal. The Trumpoid victory in the USA may be a wake-up call, but not to defend the system. Things here in the UK can be overthrown if the determination exists. Revolution may appear to be a mere word abstraction or a distant proposition, but a year ago, who would have imagined President Trump? Deliverance from the rotten system that created the Trump monster ain't going to come from Corbyn or anyone else. It will have to erupt from a substantial section of the working and oppressed classes. Once they've exhausted the false possibilities of the populist right and the fake middle class left, and more importantly, perhaps, broken through their stultifying and prevailing apathy. To conclude, Trump will certainly be a game changer. We haven't come merely to bury him, though. It's got to be the entire system, starting right here in the UK. So by all means, go out and protest about Trump. But remember, revolution begins at home. Bye.